Bud Wilkinson on the road in Nashua, New Hampshire at Rocket Motorsport for demo days for the new Modus motorcycle. We're with the president and co-founder of the company, Lee Conn. Lee, what possessed you to start an American-made brand of bikes?
Well, we're patriots, and we're manufacturing freaks, and we're motorcycle guys, and we're hot rod nuts. And in 2008, when kind of the world was on fire, we sort of figured there was a sort of a counterintuitive opportunity to get in the woodshed for a few years, and while the economy was coming back around, for us to really get down into the woodshed and build a really great American motorbike. And we're big fans of modern American sports cars. And what I've always observed is how all the vets, the Camaros, the Mustangs, the Cadillac CTSVs, those cars have come so far in terms of styling and performance. But some of the American bikes really have been kind of, they stopped in terms of performance and styling, a few years ago. And, I was that guy that, had a lot of American V-twins and had a lot of crotch rockets. And on the V-twins, my buddies started buying European bikes. And, that kind of lost interest for me because I was always at the back. And then I had a lot of crotch rockets as well, and I've had a few crashes, and I can't ride like that anymore. So we just wanted something. Well, we live in Alabama, so we ride to Tennessee and Georgia and North Carolina, so we need to be on the interstate for several hours. But then when we get off on the good stuff, well, we ride pretty hard. So there really wasn't anything there in the American scene that would do that for us, and we like American cars, we like American motorcycles, and we figured where's the two-wheel vet? Where's the analog to the American sports car? Italy's got it, Germany's got it, and the Japanese have got it, but where's the American sport bike?
So what sets the Modus apart?
Probably the biggest thing that is sort of Modus's onlyness is the V4 baby block motor. So we started with a clean sheet of paper, and we set out to design, for the kind of riding we do, what we perceived would be the ultimate motorcycle motor, which means we're street riders, and we've done a little bit of racing too, but primarily we ride on the streets. So we said from 20 to 90, that's where we're always at. From 20 to 90, let's make something that just shreds, right? That's what we do. I mean, can it go 170? Yeah, it can do that. But at some point, who really cares, right? You don't do that. What you generally do is you ride from 20 to 90. So we figured that was the range we wanted to be in, and we wanted something that had tons of torque and smooth and had some character. And that really is, to me, maybe some of what's missing from a lot of the modern bikes is, man, they're great and they're reliable and they look cool and all that, but finding something that has character and has real soul in it. Some machines have soul and some machines don't have soul. And I'm one of those kind of guys that I can instantly tell in 5 minutes, this bike that has character, there's something going on here, or this is just a sewing machine, this is just a tool. We didn't want a tool. We wanted something that was just, it made you wake up on Saturday mornings talking about, let's go. Not like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah. I suppose early on R&D was the big challenge, but is the bigger challenge now getting the word out, making people aware of the brand?
All these things are just a process. So the engineering was a big process, the testing was a process, development was a process, setting up for manufacturing, certification, all those are processes, and this is a process. So we go out and we throw people the keys and say, here's the bike, do you like it? Do you want one? It's pretty simple. Some guys really get it, and they're like, oh, hell yeah, I'll buy that bike. That's incredible. And someone say, well, it's not for me, and that's okay. So we'll ride today. I think we're riding about 20 riders here. It's all very hand-to-hand. I ride with them. We have a pretty good description of what the bikes are because there's a lot kind of going on behind the scenes of what we do. And maybe we're not that good at explaining some of the real details and the fine work that we do. We hand build these one by one, and there's just incredible detail and focus on attention of quality and as much high-end componentry as possible. So we do a really crappy job of really going through and it's like, this is what we actually do. And usually when we have time and we talk to people and we're like, this is what the bike's about, this is what it does, these are the materials, these are the vendors, they're like, oh, okay, now I get it. And then we put them on the bike and all of a sudden it makes a ton of sense for them.
Where would you like the brand to be in 5 years, let's say?
In 5 years, it's the same thing we want to be now, which is we just want to build awesome bikes that move people's soul. That's really my only goal in the world, is build great bikes that turn people on. All the rest of it, we can prognosticate and, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, but we just want to build bikes that turn people on and make people want to ride.